Me, I can't do that dance.
This is such an underrated bop.
Thank you.
Y'all need to know. If you don't know, you need to know. Don't know, you need to know. Charlamagne, we live.
We're live.
Guess who's Bazak?
Hey, wow, you're gonna
Revy, how long
that?
did you practice that?
You know,
that is the off the dome.
It is off the dome.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
And then I was about to start rapping, but
okay, you can keep going.
But
hey.
No
one's stopping you now.
No,
eh?
I'm not.
Revy,
Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready for that. Y'all not ready for that. I was originally gonna play when I just said that I was gonna go into Young Jeezy and Jay-Z. When they play that new Jeezy, all the dope boys go crazy.
Jeez.
Wow. Yeah. Guess who's Bazak?
Wait,
Still smoking weed in like Krispy Kremes. I was cooking them all. I'm so emotional. I love my Glock.
Okay.
Yeah.
With that Jeezy
and Jay-Z.
Got you. Jeezy and Jay-Z.
More than a hustler, I'm the definition of it.
Jeez.
That's what yeah, Jay-Z. Love him.
Revy B with the bars.
Yes. Is
it B for bars?
Bars. B for B.
Hey.
Yeah. Welcome to the B-Side Podcast, the podcast where we spotlight the vibe curators, the unsung heroes that turn your regular night out into an unforgettable night. I am DJ Revy B.
I am your co-host, humble and gracious, Mr. Dre.
Hi, Dre.
How you doing?
I miss you, friend.
I know, friend. What's poppin'?
Even though I see you like every other day. Well, we're back, season 2, and we have another special guest with us. So I'm going to do a little intro. So there are only like a few people in the industry, in the DJ industry, that I'll actually consider a friend. And the guy sitting right next to me is one of them. I've known him for a long time. I've known him before his pineapple started growing. Now he has a full pineapple. And yeah, my friend Razaq El Toro.
What's poppin'?
I think I've even known you before Razaq El Toro.
No, it's always been Razaq El Toro.
No, was it?
1000%.
No, was it?
I haven't used any other DJ name before.
I feel
Razaq
like
El
you were
Toro.
gonna use something else.
No. Well, actually, so I did have had an alter ego called Okaa, which was like, to sort of like DJ different sound, but
yeah,
it's always been Razaq El Toro. The only thing, I just dropped the DJ in front of it. Okay. But it's always been Razaq El Toro.
Maybe it was one of our conversations when you were telling me a name you were going to try out.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. How are you, friend?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm blessed.
Like, you just bring it up.
Yeah. I'm like this.
I'm like, are you working your cardio? Are you cardio here?
Well, I'm doing ab workouts. Yeah. Thanks for having me, though. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks for being here. Thank you for being here. So welcome to the B-Side. We are going to start off with what we like to call our B-Side intro questions. What is your favorite genre of music? I think I know this one.
Oh, house music.
Okay. What's your favorite album? All-time favorite. All right, pick 3.
Very controversial, but especially at this time, honestly, you know what? Actually, I'll say this. Will be 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, because they play that from top to bottom.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
What?
1000%.
Which song is your favorite song?
What?
I loved, Wanksta was, what like had my heart like first, but Many Man, actually no, scratch that. Many Man was like insane. Like that did it.
This is the first time I'm meeting somebody who loves 50 Cent other than me.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a 50 Cent?
I
like Get Rich or Die Trying
I'm a
too.
50 Cent fan, man.
That album is still bop.
Like, honestly, and I say 50 Cent's introduction to music, 50 Cent's introduction to the world was one of the hardest introductions ever. Upside down in the club, pointing at the camera saying, go, go. I lost my mind. I'm like, oh, that's up.
It was then you too wanted to hang upside down in the club. And then he tried to do that at the Super Bowl, but it didn't look so good because, age. 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to test you on this song. This was my favorite song on Get Rich or Die. I don't know why. how's it go? It's called I Was a Pole Nigga, Now I'm a Rich Nigga. Getting paper, now you can't tell me shit, nigga. You can find me in the 4.6, nigga. In the drop top, all over your bit, nigga.
That's definitely a B-side, man. Cause I don't.
It's not a B-side.
B-side.
In Hollywood, they say there's no business like show business. In the hood, they say there's no business like hoe business. People say I talk a little fast, but you know you gotta talk a little fast to catch up.
That's from
the same song.
That's not from Get Rich.
Check it.
What?
Check it. Fact check.
Because I know that line. I know that line.
Fact check me.
That line doesn't come to me actually. Actually, another underrated song off that album is called You're Not Like Me.
Yes.
That was like, I think that might have been the hardest track on that album.
If I can't do it, homie, it can't be done.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That's a good one.
Cause I'm gonna let the champagne bottle. I love that song.
I know that album is masterpiece.
Yeah, I didn't want to like that album because I'm a.
Isn't She Like My Style?
I think so. That was called Poor Low Rich.
No, but I know She Like My Style. Come on, man. That's such a banger. Like, come on.
We can do 50 Cent all day, man.
That was a banger.
I didn't want to like that album, but because I'm a Ja Rule fan, and I feel like he basically, after a while, just like he stole Ja Rule's whole thing.
Yeah.
And then he's also an asshole.
Oh, Fifth.
Yeah. But that is a great album. So who would you say is your favorite artist?
Favorite artist. Let me see who of all time. You know who I like a lot? Like consistently? I like Toro Yemoa.
Okay. I don't Toro Yemoa.
Yeah, no, he does like he's like in the electronica scene, but he does like this chill wave / indie electronic.
Okay.
But yeah, the dude is just a vibe, man. And I like the fact that he just always comes off he looks like an independent younger version of Pharrell.
Okay,
yeah,
I think I like him then.
Yeah, I know his
I'll have to check out his
he's like a true artist, man. Like, you know, he's a wave.
I'll have to check out
So
his
yeah,
music.
I definitely do. I like him a lot.
If you could create an African supergroup with 3 artists, which 3 artists would you pick?
3 artists.
Yeah. And Portable and the other one cannot be in it.
Africans. Well, one already exists though.
Okay.
Have you heard of A Freak Like Me?
Yes.
Come on.
Yes, I have.
Got Razaq El Toro, Martin Sess, and
Okay,
Sonny
that's a good
Griot.
one, that's a good
So that
one.
one already exists.
Yeah.
So I know that one.
Call that super group off this camera. I packed it up, man. You know those cameramen that go to weddings?
Just
And then, once they don't feed them, they just delete all the pictures. That's what would have happened right now.
1000%.
You know that LeBron meme where he picks up his bag and just walks out?
That would have gone down for sure.
Yeah,
but outside of that group with me, compadre, super group, 3 people.
Yeah.
So we definitely need a vocalist.
It's how you know a producer.
Yeah, so let's start with the vocalist. What vocalist? Ooh, you know what? What's that dude's name from?
Dude.
Yeah, I know he's from like old school. Might have been Senegalese. Salif Keita. Yeah, that's it, right? So Salif Keita would be the vocalist. I'll say the producer, you know, to sort of like just give everything belly.
Yeah.
The producer will have to be. I know. It's not so rapid anymore, to be honest. The producer will be Cooldown Song.
Okay.
Cooldown Song will be the producer. And the third person is just going to be the vibe. You know, that's just going to give it ginger. Okay. No, I'm not going. I'm already in a super group.
You wanted a super group
no,
twice.
I can't do. I don't double dip.
This is the B-side super group.
You know,
I wanted to Thanos us.
I don't double dip on the super group. So, the third person that'll bring the vibe. Who would that be? That'll be sort of like the. You know what? Third person will have to be. Actually, the third person will be a performer, and I would say, actually, no, the third person would be a guitarist and the vibe, and it's going to be Sunny Ade.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so it's going to be Cooldown Song, Salif Keita, and Sunny Ade.
That would be a bop still.
Yeah.
That would, that's a good pick. What would you call the group?
Afrique Like Me B-side, you know.
That's too easy.
Too easy. Okay.
There can only be one freak like me.
Okay. We give them actual Super Eagles.
Okay. Actual Super
Eagles.
Shade.
Damn.
Shade.
That came out wrong.
Yeah.
Guys, don't jump me in the streets.
His name is Razaq and he lives at
No. My name Jeff. But it's more of like a homage to
the
the Super Eagles.
Okay.
Shout out Rashidi Yakini, rest in peace.
Yeah, whoever that is. I mean, rest in peace.
Shade.
History. Go sports. All right, let's
Go sports.
Yay, soccer. Or is it football?
Football now.
Football.
That's it.
Let's dive into Razaq. Why are you laughing?
Go sports.
I know JJ Okocha.
Yes, now.
Okay. Finally.
True icon.
All right.
Don't play me. I think that's actually the only Super Eagle I know, actually.
Okay.
You've been DJing longer than I have. And when did you actually start DJing?
So I started DJing about either 13 or 14 years ago.
Okay.
That's when I played my first gig. I used to bar back at this club under the Danforth called Local. And it's like, I guess, like that was like kind of the cool King Street. Like it was on Danforth, but it had like that King Street like supper club kind of vibe. So yeah, it's like worked there. You know, like the owners were like they're still like my OGs till this day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just solid guys. Like, you know, even when I got into trouble at one point, like they were there. You get me? So
unpack why
we'll unpack that later. But yeah, no, just like real dudes. Yeah, like I've always had like a thing for music. I actually used to produce first. Like I used to make like hip hop beats and stuff. And after a while, like, you know, like my roommate at the time was actually from Botswana, and his little brother who was like 13 came to like chill with us one holiday, and who was like brought like that Botswana and like SA house over. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about, my guy. And I guess because I used to work in a club, and you know, all the DJs were great, but I just had this thing where I was like, you know, I'm like, fuck, I kind of know what these guys are gonna play next. I know the formula, I know the routine. It just felt like kind of repetitive to me, and I was like, man, like I think I want to start DJing and actually present something different, right? Like I just want to like create space so I can play like what I like. And yeah, man, the chef Dave was like, why don't you just ask like Ange and Tim, you know? And like, so they gave me a Thursday night, packed up the house, and yeah, that was basically it. Yeah. And
then the rest is history.
Yeah, like, you know, one day at a time. You know.
So you used to produce hip hop beats.
Yeah.
And I know you used to live. That was when you started when you were in LA.
Yes. Yeah.
And so, what were your early influences? Like, what got you into music?
Okay, well, first off, my boy Gideon Olabi in Nigeria. Okay, like I'll never forget.
Nigerian, there's always a.
There's like literally was like I was like final, like I think I just like final year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like we had gone over to his house, and it's like we made a beat, and like, you know, he was telling me how like his brother or someone like made a beat. I'm like, what do you mean?
What software were you using?
It was Fruity Loops, but like OG, like early days, like Fruity Loops. It was like Fruity Loops, like 1, 2, or very early. And the concept of like, because back then, you know, when we think about producers and making beats, we have this idea of you have to be in a studio.
Yeah.
You got to like be doing the whatever like idea we had.
Yeah.
And I remember going to his house, and, you know, we made this ass beat, or like he just showed it to me. I don't think the computer even like booted properly all the way, but that kind of stuck in my head, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, the first thing I did when I got to California was buy a laptop and buy Fruity Loops, like
and then
straight
started
up
making beats.
Trash beats, but you know, they were catchy. Like till this very day, like my cousins in California will still say, some hectic shit, you know, because I used to do
that's
like
one
these,
of your first beats.
Oh yeah, like my tagline, like my crew in Nigeria, we're hectic collabo. Hectic collabo, so I kind of like took it over, you know.
Hectic is giving stress, man.
You know, but back then it was good now.
It's giving Lagos. That's the definition of Lagos.
The collaborations were hectic now. Hectic collabo.
It's like the process of getting so complete was just hectic.
You know? Yeah, man.
So when you say crew, like you guys were just like a crew of producers, or was it like artists, or just you friends?
No, just friends. Okay. We used to like, we would do like small parties here and there.
Okay. Oh, so you guys did parties, because I'm like, you just had it. You guys as a friend group just called yourself.
And honestly, like you know, we maybe we did one party on the Hectic collabo, but like a lot of people actually liked the name and just started repping it. Like I remember when I would go to like when I travel, if I go to the UK or whatever, like I'll make dog tags. That's when customized dog tags were a thing. Yeah. I made a bunch of dog tags with HC on it, you know, like Hectic collabo. Like my logo was dope, you know. So people can, like, honestly, if I made t-shirts back then, people would have bought it. Like 1000%. So
I like that. I actually like the name. Actually.
Yeah. And the logo is still fire. So
okay, you have to show me after this.
Yes, and I can still draw it, Seth.
Oh wow.
Yes, were you part of any cliques back in high school?
I guess, but
did you guys call yourselves?
We didn't have a name.
And I grew up in Kaduna, man. I was part of this group. It was called Twisted Minds, man.
Wow.
I don't understand why.
Twisted Minds.
I don't know what it felt like. I felt like we were different. Like, how can we be different? What can we make something Twisted Minds?
Wow. So you guys, this was just your crew of friends.
Yeah. We started with like cultists.
I can't boy over here. Oh my God.
Twisted Minds is crazy.
Yeah.
Twisted Minds, Hectic collabo.
Like we had a whole handshake too at the time.
That's crazy. Yo, honestly, Twisted Minds is like, kind of diabolical, bro.
You know what?
How many like Z's at the end?
It was just one S. It was just one S.
Minds.
Yeah, man. We made t-shirts, all that stuff, man. We used to walk around as a group, man. I just remember that. Yeah.
It's so funny that like your past really shapes your future. Like you had a crew, you were making t-shirts. Everyone was kind of in like their creative field, their creative bag. And as you get older, you continue to explore it. It's so crazy that happens. Didn't you go to school for music? I thought you went to school for music.
No. I went to school I did a tiny bit of school, but I was doing computer programming actually.
Okay.
And one day I got a text to go to Six Flags, and that was the last time I went to class.
What? Wow.
Yeah.
So how did you journey from LA to now come to Canada?
We just pulled up here on literally like we came here for like a weekend trip.
Mm-hmm. You and your friends?
Me, my friend, like it was maybe like one family friend, and there was we had like two of my cousins were around too, and I was just having like a weird time in California. It was too much of a culture shock for me, to be honest, because
because you went straight from Nigeria to.
I went straight from Nigeria, but like I'd gone to like
it was always hot.
No, like but here's the thing, like I went to the UK quite a bit growing up in Nigeria. So like for instance, at the time, you know, my reference of you know, there was always a lot of Nigerians in the UK.
Yes.
So they were still felt quite familiar. But anyways, I get to California, the roads are like so much bigger. You know, the brown people are not Indian in LA, they're Mexican. So it's just like a different like culture shock. Like just things were just very different. And I felt like I just couldn't find my footing, to be honest. So I remember like that weekend, I was just like, yo, like I'm gonna just chill for a bit, you know, like we had like a family friend here. So I was just like, yo, like what's good, you know, like can I like crash to your place for a bit, you know? And like,
oh, so you came to visit and you just never left?
I just never left.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And very brave.
Scary as hell too, man. Because I was like,
so what did you not tell your parents?
Well, I called my mom. Well, so here's the thing, like while I was in California, like, because I was kind of like feeling like this weird burnout. And I'd actually called my mom. I'm like, dude, like, I think, like, I kind of want to just come back home. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really digging it here. She's like, oh, you know, just, you know, suss it out, see how it feels, you know? So, I don't know, like, they were weirdly, like, my mom was weirdly, I don't know, she just always had, like, this, even though I'm the last born, she just always had, like, this faith in me that, yo, like, this guy will be Gucci, you know what I mean? So like breaking it to her was like, you know, clearly tough, you know, like was emotional and all that. But I feel like my stepdad might have taken it a little bit harder, and like my family in California, I think they took it a little bit harder, but yeah.
That's wow. That's very brave to just like.
That's quite hectic.
Yeah, right.
But sometimes when you get home, you kind of just know that it's home.
Yeah. No, it's like it felt, I knew it was going to be rough, but I was just like, you know what, I got time.
You're one of the first DJs that I know personally as a friend that always kind of stuck to one genre. And I think now you're seeing that a lot now. Like I saw this interview with this guy, I don't remember who the DJ was, where he said, and a lot of people are also doing it where they're just sticking to one genre specifically and they're just kind of being the master of that. I remember when I started DJing and I kind of took it personal because people only thought that I could play Afro beats. And I made it a point to show people that, oh no, I can play other genres of music just because people would always like typecast me for some reason, but which makes sense because I would do a lot of Afrobeats parties. But I wanted to get your perspective on that. Like, do you think DJs, and we see that a lot, do you think DJs should just solely focus on one genre of music to be their specialty?
Yes. And okay, so here my thing with long story short, I think DJs should, if you're just getting into the game, focus on your niche and, like be the master of that domain and do cool stuff within that niche. Yeah. Bring in your influences and all that stuff and like your experiences and your life story within that niche. Like if I'm playing a house set, which is how like a sort of like, I've sort of like always been in that space. Yeah. If you don't see me, if you're like on the other side of the room, after an hour, I'd like to believe you have like a good idea of who I am, like just based off what I incorporate within that house set. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's a good, not to sound like cheesy or whatever, but there's a good amount of like storytelling that should go into it. But, while focusing on your niche, like don't go and download the top 50 and play what everybody else is playing. Yeah. Explore that niche and like bring something cool to the table. With regards to, the open format DJs, I have this, like I feel in the next like few years, you just said it to how a lot of newer DJs are focusing on one sound. Yeah. Think in the next few years, the underground DJs are going to be the open format DJs because, people are going to be like, yo, what do you mean this person can go from genre to genre and make it sound good? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that would be I feel like that's going to be the king of the underground. You know what I mean? So that takes a different type of skill because I feel for you to be able to play open format well, you actively have to, everything. You literally have to listen to everything, but actually more importantly, you have to be in different spaces and see what works. You see a crew of people, you see how they react, to a track. Yeah. And you sort of like store that and be like, you know what? Next time I see your kind, I got something for you. You know what I mean? It's like straight up. That's the name of the game. It's like, it's like if, like say you're at an Italian wedding and, the DJ drops his track and everyone goes crazy and you like the track and you like the way it feels and you see how people feel. If you're playing a regular party and you kind of see some people that fit that profile and you drop it, that reaction is priceless because everyone is looking at you like, yo, how do you know this? But there's something like fulfilling about that, right? And I think that's really cool. But yeah, it's sort of like you can do both, but like for like a newer DJ, it's easier too.
I think I think that's great advice is to when you do start DJing. When I started DJing, I actually started playing Afro beats more because it was the only thing that wouldn't get taken down off of SoundCloud and YouTube.
Smart.
Because when I started DJing, I was just DJing for the love of like, I love a lot of music and I feel like I have the best taste in music and people should hear this. And I remember making this mixtape and I worked so hard on it. put it on SoundCloud. It took it down like 5 minutes, copyright. And then I remember talking to my friend. He's like, yeah, you have to play. I'm like, okay, let me try this Afrobeat stuff.
It's probably still online till today. Huh? It's probably still online till today.
It's still alive. It's on Mixcloud now.
Yeah.
You DJ in raves, and then you also DJ in restaurants and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And vibe lounges. What's your favorite?
I love them both. The lounges and restaurants are severely underrated.
Agreed.
Severely underrated. I actually test out a lot of concepts in those spaces because there's no pressure to keep a dance floor. You literally, playing. You actually curating the vibe of the room. So a lot of times you actually don't get like a good. You're not able to measure how well you're doing until like this family gets up and they come up. They're like, "Yo, like, how can I Google that? Like, what you were playing was amazing. Like, it truly did add to like the ambiance to like like steak and freaking eggs or whatever. You know what I mean? But it feels good. But yeah, in those spaces, I get to really test out a lot of ideas and just see how certain sounds feel in a space.
Yeah.
So I feel the resto lounge spaces are amazing for that. The parties like the raves and like the after hours and stuff like that. Man, that's another special feeling because, some people say, yo, I can't play Vertigo at 5 a.m. It's so late. I'm like,
how can you play Vertigo at 5 a.m.?
There's certain tracks that when you hear, you're like, this was the 5 a.m. track. Like legit.
Like what? Give me an example.
There's an energy at 5. Okay, let's just say
the only energy at 5 a.m. is me snoring.
We all love calm music, right?
Yeah.
That's how I pronounce it, right?
Yeah.
Calm. Yeah. It sounds cool, like
you think that's a 5 a.m. music?
It sounds cool, on regular level, like just, hey, you did party, they play moon, everybody goes, hey, it's fun. Play that track at 5 a.m. at like a typical like tech house kind of club and see like that primal energy actually enter the room. It's different. It's different. It's like motherfuckers are like, yeah. You get me? It's different. It's different. Whatever we on, we did it together. It's like it's crazy. Like it's just like a different energy. You play like Afro tech in there. It's like it's just different, man. It's like I feel like it actually does what it's supposed to do. You know what I mean?
I remember I think it was the first Afrique Like Me event, and you guys put on the flyer, or you told me it was going till 5 a.m. or 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember my reaction. I'm like, who the hell's gonna be there till 6 a.m. and why? But people were there, and I'm like, what are y'all doing outside at 6 a.m.? First of all, you should either be waking up to go to the gym or church or something, but still at the club. That's crazy.
And that's the thing. It's that's an actual feeling that like stays with you. It's like when you experience that, it's like it's not like, oh, you go to the club and like I feel like every event serves a purpose, If you make the decision to keep the party going till 6, 7, 8 a.m. That's an experience. That's an experience right there. When the music hits, like I'm sorry, like you're gonna leave, like you're gonna go home, or maybe you're going to church straight or whatever. But wherever you go next, like you're gonna be like, man,
I hope you're going to bed.
Like that was a feeling. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm a big fan.
How many hours do you sleep after doing a gig till 5 a.m.?
I sleep like a baby, man. Like it's
you don't. If you're doing the event and it ends at 5, you're not leaving there till 7.
And that's fine. Like we account for it, right? It's something. It's and back in the day when I was like drinking quite a bit, this guy knows me. I'll take a nap there. it's like I'll recharge. I'll recharge nice. You know what I mean? So but it's not as intense as you think it is. I feel everyone every now and then, has those nights like straight up, and as long as it's a safe place to go to enjoy that music, have a good time. Like when folks come to our parties, like, I don't know, it's like they feel good about it. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Well, let's talk about A Freak Like Me. I know that one of it was either a mixtape. Was there a mixtape that was called A Freak Like Me, right? So that's where the name originally started from. So when did it now evolve from a mixtape to the supergroup that it is now?
Yeah.
And how did that come about?
Hectic Collabo 2.0.
Exactly. Same vision. I was just like, but I can't use Hectic Collabo again. So I figured I'll change it up. Now that mixtape was extremely special to me. It's actually going to be 10 years in June, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
And it just kind of like
party for it.
Yeah, I think we should. But yeah, no, it was like, it was at that time where I was like, like I was getting like deeper into like the house music scene here, and I was like, man, like I felt like I needed to represent, kind of like what I said earlier. Like I've always been that person that when I'm playing, without talking or speaking with anyone, I want them to have like a good idea of what my identity is and like what I stand for, right? And so like playing like those parties and all that, I was like, I just felt like it was important to like add like like proper like African like element into it. So yeah, that first mixtape was really just championing that, after like a while of like just trying to like find myself within that space. And I'd also stumbled on this interview with Fela at the time too, and like that was actually the intro to the mixtape. Where he says, when we speak our own language in Nigeria, they call it vernacular. I
love a mixtape with an intro.
Yeah. That was that interview was gold too. And like that interview too, he mentioned something that really stuck with me when he said he didn't learn how to be African until he left Nigeria. Like he basically learned how to be African like overseas, because that's when you get reminded of who you are, right? And that really stuck with me, especially because I was playing at the time like the electronic music space. Well, it's still very white. Yeah, still very white, but back then it was like super white. But yeah, so it was like it was like it felt that mixtape felt very special at the time. Yeah, and I was like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna name it this, and I think I got the domain since then. And I was just like, because I know like one day like this should be something, Actually, funny enough, a lot of things I do now, like that No Love Lost song you played on the intro, that was the name of a mixtape I had like even before the Afrique Like Me mixtape. What else did I rename? I just kind of like bring back all these names.
That's how art is supposed to be created.
Yeah, it's like, like if something...
Actually, how did you come up with the name A Freak Like Me?
The name...
What kind of freaky stuff were you on?
Hey, we'll save the juicy stuff for later. But the PG-13 version of that stuff...
I feel like this was like a pickup line to a girl or something.
No.
Like A Freak Like Me.
The actual, where the whole concept came from was, like in high school, you have like, at high schools here, you have like the freaks and geeks and all that.
Okay.
And kind of like, being like the freak is kind of like you're the outsider, right?
Yeah.
I've always literally like, even I've been, I've always had like a lot of friends my entire life, but like my interest within like the creative space has always been pretty niche, you know? So I just felt like I was an outsider in the house music space, and also especially in the black music space.
Because you weren't playing like hip hop.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I didn't have a lane then, so so that was like that was actually the main driving force for the name, and obviously just had different like meanings on it. It just sounded good, and I was like, I remember like looking at domain, I'm like, how come no one has copped this yet?
Yeah.
Like
he said, fine.
Yeah. So then anyways, like during that whole period, I feel like subconsciously making that mixtape started like steering me out there in the right direction. Like got my friend group kind of changed a bit. Just like actually involving myself more in the scene and like arts, but like with more intention. Then also around that period, I met like my favorite artist, Sheye. Shout out Sheye. I met Charles, who's another phenomenal artist. Phenomenal, like super talented. Shout out Chini too. Like, that whole crew was just
oh my God.
super like
a time.
Yeah.
One of my favorite events, Afropunk in Brooklyn, was Chini. As soon as I saw Chini, she popped up on stage for my set. And it was just every time Chini used to pop up on stage when I would DJ at Gumbo, it was like the dynamic duo. Like,
she's such a vibe, man.
And she actually did one performance. I remember when you did Afro Junction.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, my friend. I think that's the first time I might have met her.
Interesting.
Maybe. And you're like, can my friend perform?
She sang, right? Yeah. Super talented, big vibe, big energy. But yeah, I feel like being around that crew at the time was just very like inspiring, just a group of like really solid creative Nigerians. So yeah, much love to all of them. But yeah, so like, I felt like being in that space gave me a little bit more intention on what I wanted to do. Then randomly, like about like 6 years ago now, going on 6 years, I was playing this park party. It was Afro House. That was the name of the event series. Shout out Sarah. She was
Shout out Sarah.
Yeah, no, she's super dope. She used to do these events called Afro House. Yes. So she'd asked me to play it. Was at this park. And at the time I'd met Donley like maybe either that summer or like the summer before, Lady Donley. Also shout out Lady Donley.
Shout out to Lady Donley.
Just giving bare shout outs.
Love the new
shout outs like
the new single.
Super talented. So yeah, I've been a fan of Donley for a while. So I met her and anyway, she pulled up to this park party and she came with her friend. And her friend was this coconut head, Martin. She brought Martin over to this park party, like I'm DJing and like, they're all vibing. Like I still have videos from that day and like, it's weird how, man, the power of like when people record things.
Yeah.
And especially during a special time, like it just stays in your head forever. Like I have like a lot of, I don't even know if I have the videos or if I just saw them online, but there's certain like images that just like live rent free in my head from that day, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first time I met Martin, and I think it was like, yo, like dope shit, man. Like what you doing, blah blah. And I'm not sure if he said it was like DJing then, or I don't think, I don't think I really, because we all like partying that day too, right? But he was like, like I'm doing this. No, he messages me after, it's like he's doing this event, like on like maybe like a month or two after. And I was like, okay, well, at first I was like, I'm probably not going to have time, because I played every weekend. But funny enough, like I was supposed to DJ a restaurant that day and something happened. And I was like, oh shit, like I can actually go. And I went over to this party and I just like, okay, like I found my guy.
Yeah.
Like this guy gets it.
Yeah.
Everything was super DIY, but like the vision was there and it was actually like executed very well. Yeah. Especially because I could figure out like, he did it based off like whatever resources he had, right? And I was just like, holy shit, like this is actually pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
So that day I'm like, dude, like let's grab food. Like I want to tell you about something. And actually I think next time we linked up was Independence Day, because I was doing like a DJ mix for Kazim, and a shout out Kazim. I was doing an Independent Day mix. So yeah, anyways, we linked up after that. I pitched him the idea. I'm like, yo, this thing Afrique Like Me, and he's just eating. If you know Martins, he's always eating. He's like, I didn't finish my sentence. It's like,
you always wanted it to be a group.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I knew like it was not like a one. yeah, I knew it definitely was bigger than me.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it was super game, and literally like a month and a half after we were having like our first event, like we just went in on it. Yeah, that was a very, very special event. Like it just felt so right. There were like so many great things that came from that event. It was intimate, but it was literally like our people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had so it was me, Martin, Sarah, Tristan. Was that it? Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. But no, shout out Tristan, to a great guy. But yeah.
Come, if you do another shout out, you pay.
I will do shout outs.
You pay.
I have 4 more. shout outs.
Shout out to everybody.
I want to make a shout out to my mommy. I want to make a shout out.
You start shouting for real.
He's one of those people, if he ever wins a Grammy, the music
the mic will go down, you'll still be shouting out.
One more shout out, please.
Just one more now. I grew up watching like a Pine Tropicana, so that vibe is still there. But yeah, no, the event was super successful. For like, yeah, it just really set the tone.
What I appreciate about A Freak Like Me is, or what I appreciate about like most Black people doing things is you are creating a space, like you said, electronic music, deep house. Like you are one of the first Black person that I know as a DJ who focused on that. And it's just creating a space for that and seeing that other Black people, we love all types of music. Yeah. Most people don't know like Afro punk started because it was mostly like for Black people who love punk.
That's dope.
And that's basically what you guys are doing, is creating your own lane. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I'm proud of all the things that you guys have been able to accomplish. You guys are going to be doing Departure. I don't know. Why is it called? Okay, never mind.
Are they doing Departure?
Yeah.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's crazy.
Thank you.
Like
Thank you.
which part of the Departure Fest? Like I know we've got, it's just, for those who are listening, it's previously called Canada Music Week, CMW.
Yeah.
But now it's Departure Fest because I don't know, maybe people are leaving the country.
Jackpot.
So what event are you guys playing?
It's going to be May 9th, and it's A Freak Like Me presents Kitty Amore. So we announced that, right? Yeah.
Yes,
so we actually just announced Kitty Amore.
So it's a programming that you guys.
Yeah. We're doing it with Departure Festival. So it's going to be a big one. It's Kitty Amore's first time in Toronto.
Yeah.
One of the biggest electronic and Afro house DJs, like period. Like she's like amazing, big vibes. Like, yeah.
If I link it back to the B-side, she was on the cover with our friend Seth Combo, and they often collaborate together.
Yep. 1000%. They came up. They basically came up together.
Yeah.
It feels like.
Yeah, that's dope. That's gonna be amazing. Hopefully I can make this one finally.
Yeah, please. And your shout out to you, man. You've been to like from the start, like just supporting, just vibing. That was my third shout out. Your own shout out is coming. I'm going to give you a shout out before I leave today.
I did.
I'll give you 2 shout outs.
Did I played the one at the park during the pandemic? That was fun.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Sitting on the grass.
That was a vibe though, no?
Yeah.
I remember you came and you're like, where's the booth? I'm like, it's there. You're like,
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you looked at the Bukky, you're bougie. You're bougie. You looked at the grass. You're like, I say, I beg, just manage this one for us.
First of all, whose side are you on, nigga? He's not gonna put it too hard.
I'm on the B-side.
And you too. You're supposed to be my friend.
No, I'm just.
All of y'all laughing too hard.
It's for comedic effect.
I'm not bougie. I have standards. I have sensitive skin. I can't be sitting on the grass.
It was fun, though.
They shall lead some.
Speaking of A Freak Like Me at your parties, she said, giving you guys, why do you guys like tight spaces? Why do you guys like tight spaces? Like, what?
So the clothes can come off.
Exactly.
Right?
Okay, so to answer your question, it's not like we like tight spaces.
No, you like tight spaces.
No.
But they're hard. No. It's hard to find spaces in the city.
Well, we get that part. We've had that conversation. I understand that. But man, these guys, it's like they're intentionally looking for tight spaces.
No, we keep scaling up, and we thank God the people are scaling up with us.
I think it's a good way to do your parties is to, you don't want to like jump too big. You want to, what's the word?
I want to throw a shade now, but I'll keep quiet.
Don't throw shade. There's a lot of smokes. What did you say? There's a lot of smoke screen.
No, but I'm joking because I've never really had opportunity to attend a lot of your events, but I did come to one at the end of the year last year with I forgot the DJ.
Seth?
No,
we saw you at Taxing for Valentine's Day.
Was Taxing? Yeah, Taxing, and
that wasn't a small venue.
No, that was a different. That was a dope event. I was just surprised by the camaraderie. It's like everybody was in sync. Everybody knew what was going on. I felt like I was like, okay, like what's the tutorial?
Yeah,
because everybody knew what was going on. I was like, I don't know what's going on, but we're vibing. Now that made me understand that I need to come out a lot more there. Yeah, so just a different space, different type of vibe, and I really enjoyed myself. Yeah. Also, people didn't really know me, so I could just like lurk in the corner and just like.
It was drink. So celebrity Dre over here.
You know,
people didn't know you. Everywhere you go, Dre, let's guy take a picture.
Focus on the podcast.
You MC my party.
Focus on the podcast.
Celebrity Dre.
But you know, I'm glad you pulled up and you had a good time.
I had a good time. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you, man. Because that's the whole idea of the party. You know, we say come as you are. Mm-hmm. The idea is for, you know, we invite everyone, but you know, we feel fulfilled when folks feel comfortable and they just feel good within our space, like whether they know the music or not, whether they know people or not. You know, we're creating this space where, you know, like Africans can just pull up and just have a good time, like everyone's invited, you know what I mean? But it's like, just pull up, it's safe, it's a good vibe, just have a good time.
And shout outs to you, because you put me on my first record, even though you didn't drop the whole verse, which was fire, by the way. But
it was pretty fire.
I'm not saying that because it's me.
You rapped?
Yeah, it was freestyle. I actually freestyled.
Yo, no, it was actually, that was such a dope session. You know,
pandemic
that was such a good session.
Like randomly, Razaq called me. He's like, "Oh, who did you?" It was an artist. You're like, you should do this one day. I don't remember her name. Is it Kat? She's I want to say she's Korean or she's Asian, cha.
I think I sent with like Peggy Goo?
Yes.
Yeah, Peggy Goo. Yes.
Like, have you ever tried this? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Have you seen me?
No, you get like, honestly, and like your voice on that track was like spectacular. You know what I mean? Like you really drove that home. Like no, no. Like honestly, like go listen to Risky Hotline Part 1.
Be your biggest haters. Your friends be your biggest haters, man.
And you gave me the best drop I've ever had.
Thank you.
Like
the rest of season 2, I'm not going to hear the just so you know.
Legit, it's like, you know, the Razaq.
Yo, Razaq, run the track, man.
Let's go.
I love it. Let's go. Wow. I haven't heard that in real life since we recorded that. Yo, that is so sick.
A good time.
Say that again.
Yo.
Say that so we can save it as a sound effect.
No. You only get one. Anyways.
Wow, that was perfect actually. I love it.
You put me on Lagos Loft, which is honestly an amazing body of work.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to you. Like part 2, I don't know when it's gonna come out, but it needs to come out. Drop Risky. Can you just send it to me so I can drop it myself?
We'll drop it. Drop it.
I love every song, like the one I was playing. Lo-Fi Fuji is
my jam. That's my jam.
I pull up out
shout out to Idris Lawal, man.
Hey.
Like it's a bop.
Yeah, shout out Idris Lawal.
Yeah, shout out.
Now I'm scared to give people shout outs now. Dre's like,
but for real, shout out to Idris Lawal.
Like for real, super talent.
I think that's the standout track on the. Do you want to call it EP or album?
It's an EP. Yeah.
An EP. Yeah.
I say, that's what you call a hectic collabo.
Yeah, right. Collabo. And honestly, like the most special thing about that project, other than
like all friends,
other than Moncleish. Moncleish is the only like artist that that was like, you know, had like a thing going on in city, super talented. Everybody else was my friend on that EP. So that made it like that much more special for me. Yeah.
So I have a question for you. I've kind of just been in the behind the scenes and just kind of watched you guys scale as a freak like me. I guess my question for you is, how have you done it? And every time you guys say, let's do it even bigger, how do you overcome that fear, that daunting, that like that wall that's in front of you that says, yo, man, this shit's going to be like hard. There's another wall you got to climb. And how do you guys, because it's easy to do it once, but then come back and run it back and then run it back again. Because with every act you guys bring, first of all, it's a different act. It's a big act. It's bigger acts. And then you're doing bigger festivals. How?
Honestly, I think it's a power of like working with a team, man. Like, I'll just tell you straight up, I'm not the numbers and logistics person. That's a Martin and Anoa question. They'll be able to give you exactly how we do it. I kind of like just go off. Like, I've been around long enough, so I know what's going to work and what's not going to work. I can literally be like, oh, this is a little much. We testing the waters a little bit too much here, or like this is a no brainer. Pretty good at like figuring that out. But the one thing I have to say, especially for Martin, he's always had this thing where, he's a numbers guy, so we have like literally all our stats. So when it's time to do stuff, like when in doubt, like just zoom out, you see the numbers there. Like you said, if you've done it before, worst case scenario, we literally just copy and paste that recipe that worked while trying to implement new things here and there to like just shake up the algorithm a bit. But for the most part, it's pretty what's the word I'm looking for? But yeah, the process is, the system is there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel the way we've been scaling has been pretty organic. I don't think I don't think anyone would be like, oh, like we came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like literally like our events, it's sometimes kind of crazy, but it's like, we maybe just going up like 10% with each new event.
That's all,
which is nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's not nothing.
Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't say it's nothing. Yeah. But it's weird. It's not like a crazy jump, which is fine, because I actually like that, because it feels a lot more sustainable and it feels good. Like I feel everyone that has supported us from day one, I feel like they don't walk into our parties and be like, oh, things have changed. They're blown. It's like they still feel very much.
You still came in here Hollywood with your sunglasses on.
Yeah,
so would you say? I'm just trying to like, for lack of a better word, dumb it down. Would you say, so there's numbers involved, and so knowing your numbers, to a certain degree, and then also knowing the skills of everybody else,
exactly.
Having a team, that is dedicated to the job,
a good team,
and trust in your team,
so
like trust in your team, 1,000%,
trust in your team, and define your process. Because for you guys, again, I think there's a conversation I've had with Martins on the sides where I think he kind of said, and not verbatim, but the process has been easy, like just gradually. I won't use the word slow, but just gradually at a pace that is comfortable for yours, because you could be like, oh man, it's taking us X amount of years to get here. It feels like, oh, we haven't gone so far, but you guys are comfortable in that space. So finding a space that is that is comfortable for you as a team, and everybody understands that's the mission and that's the goal, and no one wants to jump ahead of each other.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure that I wrapped that nicely.
It's because there's a thing about, like, I think with social media, we want to call it like the popcorn effect. With social media, people think that you will drop this one mix or you will drop this one party and you will go viral and it's instant success. Majority of the time, that's not how it is.
No.
If you do your research about even the people who are popping right now, if you do your research, you will see that they've actually been in the game for a very long time. They've been doing this for a long time. They've been studying it. They've been mastering it. And now it's their time.
Yeah.
And that's how I've always seen things. Like, what is yours will always be yours. Me, I'm not even going to fight for it. I'm just like, what is yours will always come to you as long as you're prepared for it. You know, there's been a controversy in the city with like coffee parties.
Are we going into this conversation?
We are going into this conversation.
Because we already threw shades left, right, and center.
I didn't throw shade. I felt like shots were being fired at me. But so, I didn't
hear what's going on here. What's going on?
There's been like this coffee party that has been going viral. I actually don't really know what exactly happened, but a lot of people have been upset and saying that they're. Please, Martin, what was this?
I think the idea is a dope idea. It's just the party blew up too fast.
Was it that it blew up too fast, or people thought that they were? Was it like they were stealing the idea? Was it just that it blew up too fast?
I think it blew up too fast. It
blew up too fast. That's really what it is. Because then there's not a lot of quality control in the entire process. And then again, it's kind of like, what's that? Going from the nightclub to Scotiabank Arena kind of mentality. So that's what I heard. And it sucks because, I'd love for something like that to really do well.
Yeah.
In the space that it's in. It's definitely new and niche. But again, that's what when I was trying to ask you to define your process. And finding out what the pace.
Cut your coat according to you.
Exactly. And, I heard people talk about the coffee wasn't nice, it was horrible coffee, the experiences and all that stuff. But
I have, well, first off, and this one, like, this would be my last shout out. Like second to last shout out. But low key, shout out to them because, and I'll say this, sure. They managed to really recognize what they had and they went all in for it. So, however we feel about it.
There's wins to take away from that. They're going to come back bigger.
They are going to come back bigger. Like,
and it was a morning party too? Yeah. I think that's amazing, honestly, because I was just telling someone that I saw this party that it usually happens in Atlanta, but they did one in DC. It's called Cinnamon Toast, and it starts at 9 a.m. It's from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. And people were there drinking espresso martinis. And I think it's a unique idea because it gives space for people who are parents to party, people who don't want to go out at night to party. It's just given a different way. It's like a day party, but an earlier day party.
You still no go. You still no go. You just define your demographic. Parents, people that like to be outside in the daytime.
Are you saying that I don't go outside? I'm outside.
Nope, you're a magician. You're a peer. No,
Bukky be outside.
Which outside?
Yeah, she be outside now.
I be outside for the things that matter. I don't need to be everywhere.
That's why you are peer. You disappear.
I show face. I show support.
Just do a little wave.
That matters. All the shade again.
Yeah,
but can you talk a little bit about Caféteca and what like your mission is for that?
So first off, it's Caféteca.
Oh, Caféteca. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and it's a wordplay of discoteca, but like a cafe, And speaking of the coffee party, I was actually the first person to do a coffee party in this city. Real ones know.
Okay, Soulja
Martin,
Boy.
you had that one too, right? So, hey, honestly, tell them. Tell them. I beg, knock on me again, please. Yes. But yeah, no, like this concept is something that I've had like for about a couple years now. But the only issue is, I just couldn't do it consistently just because I was busy. Life be life in Toronto life. But my coffee parties were always focused on the my actual espresso beans and the pop-up espresso aspect, because I have like a sick pop-up rig, like literally, like if you see a roof over there and say we want a cafe there, it will be there. You get me? So like,
I remember when I was trying to buy a coffee machine and I asked Razaq, oh, how much is your machine? I'm not gonna say the price, but I'm like, please, my budget is between here and here. I'm like,
well, you got a good one though.
I did, but it's not that level of.
Yeah, no, it's like I don't drink anymore, so I feel like I just repurpose like my popping bottles to like literally like my setup. But yeah, no, like so Caféteca essentially is the way we describe it is it's a concept that explores dynamic interactions around coffee and music. And the idea is to just keep growing it.
That's actually my kind of party.
It's actually like a dope party, but the only difference between the typical like cafe party and like all these coffee parties popping up is mine is not like mine was never about like that first thing in the morning. Oh, like it's cool, like there's space for it. Mine has really always been about like actually enjoying your cup of coffee and great music. I've always had this theory, like that coffee you have in the afternoon is that coffee you actually enjoy. The first one you have is one to wake you up, where you're like, you going, But that coffee you have in the afternoon when you get like that cortado, like when you're chilling, there's like sick like music going on, and like it's actually like a party, but it's not like, it's it's a thing, it's a scene, and I've kind of like focused on that. And my parties have always been like in the afternoon, so usually like that 1 p.m. to like 7 to like 8 p.m. kind of vibe. And we're gonna bring it back up again real soon. Okay, cool. Yeah, gonna be partnering. When does it to attend? When does this drop, by the way?
That's a good question. Soon.
Okay, well,
soon.
By around like May 25, we're having a party.
Okay.
At Moy.
Okay.
And we just came up with a great name for it too.
It's crazy because me and you have a conversation about this.
Yeah.
What's the name?
Yeah, it's gonna be, so the space is at Moy, which is on the West End. Beautiful space, and we're calling it Moy Casa. It's gonna be fun. So pull up. It's gonna be food.
I pull up, I don't tiptoe.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, hope to see you guys there. Yeah, and it's gonna be the best coffee in the city. So there's also that.
I will be the judge of that. All right, we're gonna wrap things up, but we like to cool it down with some cool questions. And I'm starting this new thing this season called Finish the Lyrics. So I'm testing your music mind.
Okay, can I just also say something with that? Yes. I have this thing. I don't know if it's a disability, but for some reason, all my favorite songs, I actually don't know the lyrics. Okay. It's like I just go off vibes.
I will echo that, because as an MC, people think I know songs. I don't know songs.
Yeah. Where you're shouting 1, 2, 3, go.
Baba just chop mouth every time.
I did a party in Halifax sometime at the end of last year, and I did not know that the guy flew out. I did not know that the guy recorded the entire set, and his mic was connected to the deck. And I was like, yo, I hope they didn't catch me. I was chopping mouth, man. Especially when you play these Yoruba songs, I'm just chopping. So I echo your sentiments.
Appreciate it.
You guys can't help each other.
Yes, collab. Hectic collabo for real.
I'll even give you a clue. All right, this one's easy. I feel like you should be able to get this one. Okay. A wise man once said, so you have to finish the lyrics. You have to say the next line. When I look into your eyes.
Come on.
This is an easy one. It's an easy one, right?
Huh?
Don't help him.
Oh, all I see is your waist.
No, that doesn't count because you got help.
When I look into your eyes.
Okay, who's
you have to sing it now.
What line was that?
But sing it now.
No, I can't sing it.
But you have to sing it.
When I look into your eyes.
But you have to sing it now.
If someone said it like that.
I just told you.
If they sang it like that, will you like this song?
I just told you I go on vibes.
But that's what he did.
No.
That's what he did.
Who respect my guys do?
That's what he did. And I remember
when I looked into your eyes.
When I heard it, I'm like, why? You yelling. Well, why?
Because you should not listen to the first time now.
When I look into your eyes. You don't know who that is?
No. Is it Davido?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Davido, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't quite sing it like that. You're just shouting.
That's what he did.
Yeah. I hate us have arrived.
Okay. All right. Okay. This one you better get. Earth calls your name.
Wait, oh yes. This is No Love Lost. Ezzy.
Yes. But what's the next line at least?
Honestly, I don't even know the lyrics. Earth calls your name. I don't know. Ezzy, help me out here. Fortune Ever?
No, you can't be still. Earth calls. I did the second verse. Okay.
Sick.
All right.
Nice. Thank you, guys.
This one is a throwback. Currently, you're 0 for 2.
I know. No, technically, I'm like,
all right.
No, not 0 for 2. I got the Davido one.
No, you didn't get the Davido one. You were helped.
But when you shouted, I got it.
No, you didn't. All right. This is the last one. My name and game.
We need more. My name and game.
Oh, that's all you gotta say. Even Martin knows the song. Okay, now. That's all good. Okay, Tubaba, how you did?
Oh, okay. My name. That's it's a Two-Face track.
It's nice and Two-Face. Yes.
Nice and Two-Face.
Okay, do you know the rest of the lyrics?
No. What song? Okay, so another thing.
My name and game strike you so hard, make you
Nah. That's not how you said it in the song, man. My name, like, no. Come on. You did a disservice to that lyric.
Also, just side note
but
too.
even Martin knew the song.
Martin has coconut head.
Yeah, exactly. And he also used to write lyrics for Genius back in the day. Yeah, no.
Same.
And also with like Afro beats for any song that dropped from 2004, late 2004 to 2007 or 2008ish actually don't exist in my memory because I didn't consume like any Afro beats in that period.
043. Damn. All these excuses. All right, I'll give you an easy one.
Give me one small one now.
What are you willing to?
What are you willing to risk for this? I just did play. Is what are you willing to risk for this?
Okay, all right.
Willing to risk it all tonight?
That's not how she said it. If they sang it like that, would you listen to it?
I know how she sang it. I know you sang it now.
All right. So we like to close it up before I give it to Dre. If you were to have a festival, what would you name the festival, and what would be the 3 headliners?
No.
Freaky Squad. I
think this is it. Well, if we're to do a festival, which is actually happening in August.
Come on.
Okay.
Talk to them.
Okay.
Should we give them dates? Give them dates. August 16.
Okay.
One more. Yes.
Where am I? August 16. Let me put on my calendar now.
Mark it in your calendars, and it's going to be called Synchro System.
Ooh,
shout out to Martin. He came up with that name. So Synchro System, and you say how many headliners?
3.
Shame will give. We'll drop them.
Drop the headliner.
We'll drop them.
Exclusive.
Okay, so Synchro System is like the festival celebrates all like the Black collectives in our city.
Yeah.
Just basically championing African music, not just electronic music, because we're actually going all across the board. So we're going to be celebrating the best of Afro beats, piano, Afro house, obviously Afro tech, and just like even like the Alte music and just live good alternative African music.
Yeah.
And also African food.
Okay.
So it's gonna be like a full like whole day experience. African coffees, like it's gonna be a thing. Vinyls, and it's gonna be a big vibe. So it's just really championing the whole city really, and like just our Black creatives like doing it. So Synchro System by definition is kind of like that, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like just merging all these things. And also just, like an ode to the OG King Sunny idea,
Yeah.
So headliners. Shall I start from the back? Who's one of the ones we have in the dark room? Yeah. Or should we do from the other room first? From the top. Okay. We should do okay, from the top. The main headliner is going to be, are you ready?
Yes. Is it Afrique Like Me?
No. SARS.
Okay, I had to.
That was the wrong sound.
Yes, shoots them. Yes. Yeah. So SARS is
big up.
Big
up.
So we're bringing SARS down. Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to SARS. That's one of my favorite producers.
Yeah, so
ever.
SARS is going to be in the building. We got Lady Donley in the building. Yes. Lady Donley, and who else do we have?
Cash Mommy.
Oh, this is Imaginary. Oh, okay. But anyways, SARS, Donley, and this last one would be Imaginary. Beyonce. No, it would not be Beyonce. Who do I really like? Imaginary would have to be. Actually, man, fuck. It would be OG Black Motion, actually.
Okay,
if I could bring them back.
Yes.
If I can
Black
bring back
Motion.
OG Black Motion with the I beg just one.
Yeah.
Yes. I just want small shots, you know. But yeah, say OG Black Motion.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna be there because
Yes,
ours is hands down my favorite producer ever.
Yeah, no, he's
Like,
yeah, he's super talented, man, and yeah, like, yeah, he gets it, man. He's a beast.
yeah,
He's a beast.
yeah,
And, yeah, he moves proper too. So
yeah. No, that's sick. Dre.
Synchro system. Oh no, it's gonna be a good time. I'm going to do something different today, and what we are going to do, and not to waste too much time, basically, is I'm going to read a bunch of scenarios, and you're going to tell me if they belong in the Hall of Fame or Hall of Shame.
okay.
All right. First one is, the scenario is no do, no do. No do, no do.
Like what, yeah.
No, this song.
Okay.
How did he go? How did he say it? No. I don't buy you Lambo.
Oh.
Is that why you're shouting? Do you believe that entire, what would you call it? Movement or drama, does that belong in the Hall of Fame or the Hall of Shame?
I would say, okay, from what I gathered by that situation, the girl was pissed that homeboy did not splurge on her. Is that what it was?
Buy her a Lamborghini.
Okay, well, that should go in the Hall of Shame.
Okay.
Like, I'm sorry, like, yeah, that should go in the Hall of Shame. Not to crap on her style, but yeah.
50 Cent versus Idris Abdul Karim's drama.
Hall of Fame.
50 Cent versus Abdul Karim. Come on.
You didn't hear about this one?
No,
this is like
didn't.
way back. I'll tell. Not only that is a Hall of Fame moment because Tony Yayo recently was on a Vlad TV interview and he actually brought it up again. He's like, this nigga Idris, man, he came with 50 niggers. They're walking down the tarmac. Like legit, he brought that up. Like how many years later? Like
Saying
probably like
50
20
was
years
good.
later. He was just like, yo, like legit, because. And I remember back then too was a thing, and everyone I knew in Nigeria was just like, hell yeah, we're writing for our guy Idris, you know, because they tried to flip it, but Tony Yayo brought it up again, and you know the way he even presented it, it wasn't like it was dogging Idris. It was just like, yo, that motherfuckers don't play. Like they literally said he saw them all walk across the tarmac, like walking towards the plane or some shit. So shout out to Idris Abdul Karim, OG for real.
Okay, we'll do a couple more. Portable's haircut.
Wait, the new shaved one?
Yeah.
I don't like it, man. That threw me off. That should go in the Hall of Shame because when I was looking at the highlights for this is boxing match, I was like, yo, where my guy at? And he pulled up. I was just like, I don't know. I don't know if he has a head for it, you know?
I don't even know can I see what the haircut looks like?
No, he doesn't have the head for it.
My internet does not go to Portable.
Speed Darlington's famous saying, I take one step, better dang.
Better
Take another step, bang, better dang.
Oh, Hall of Fame for sure.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
The last one, Wizkid's and Davido's rivalry.
They're friends.
I feel that's a tough one. Like I think I'll put that under like the Hall of Shame, to be honest.
Man, it's Hall of Fame right there, man.
Because
I think it would be a Hall of Fame if they actually made diss records, but nobody has actually come out and said it with their chest. So
say what?
Like, no, they've done it. Like
they've done it, man.
No,
they reposted my guy crying.
But come out and do a full diss track, but you haven't done that.
What's going with this? He did Femme now.
Was that a diss?
Technically, it's a diss track.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, well, Wizkid is my favorite Afrobeats artist of all time.
Like which Wizkid? Like which version of Wizkid?
Sexy Wiz or Superstar Wiz?
Big Wiz.
No, Sexy Wiz or Superstar Wiz.
Which one is Sexy Wiz?
Is latest.
Then which one is Superstar Wiz?
Like back in the day.
Yeah, no, like I think I'm more like
no,
I'm digging like the vibe. You're like slow, effortless. Yeah. You know, like
so you like the Pink album, the Purple album.
Which one is that one?
More love, less ego. Less ego.
So yeah, that was a great album.
What?
That was a great album.
What?
That was a great album.
All right, cool.
All right, let's wrap it up.
That was a great album, man. Like honestly, I've loved like a lot of. I like Wizkid a lot, man. Like he does his thing. I wish he just had like that Burna Boy energy and work ethic to like.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Before I saw three hands, let's wrap it up.
I like Wizkid. I love one.
I'm the one editing the podcast, so we'll see what.
We'll snip it cut.
You change it.
We'll snip it cut.
You cut it to me saying I love Davido. No, I'm not gonna say that.
Anyways, thank you once again. I called you and said, "Hey, please, will you be on my small podcast?" And you said, "Say less," like you always do for anything I ever call for. And so I appreciate you, friend.
Appreciate
and
you.
at the B side, we like to give our people their flowers because you should always give people their flowers while they're here.
Thank you so much.
Just want to say that I am very proud of you.
Thank you.
And all the amazing things that you've been doing. We came in this game together and
100%.
just watching you grow and flourish. Always proud of you, always there to support. And thank you for being on the B side.
Thank you so much. It means a lot. Thanks for having me. It's nothing but love. Will always be love.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Peace.